Hello everybody, we are looking here at part C on 3.4, dividing fractions. And I noticed that these problems can be a little bit tough because we have some whole numbers that we're working with. For example, in the first problem we have 6 cups of rice, and in the second problem we have 5 1/4 pies. And so how do we work around these difficult problems here? So let's go ahead and take a look at the first problem. We have Renee is making rice for her family. One serving of rice is 3/4 cup, and she has 6 cups of rice. How many 3/4 cup servings are in 6 cups of rice? So here I know I'm going to be doing division. 6 divided by the number of servings here, which is 3/4. And this is looking a little difficult at first, but I remember that I can write this whole number 6 as 6 over 1 to make it a little bit easier. All right, let's go ahead and do our keep, change, flip. Now I'm going to rewrite it as 6 over 1 multiplied by 4 over 3 to get my answer. Now, one thing I'm going to show you is something called simplifying before you multiply, and that'll make it a whole lot easier because you don't have to simplify after you multiply, you can do it before. So here I'm going to take a look at and see, is there a number on the top here that can be divided by a number on the bottom here? In other words, is there a number that goes into both, like 3, for example, and 6? And in that specific case, there is a number that goes into both 3 and 6, and that's 3. 3 divided by 3 gives me 1, and 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. So now I have 2 times 4 on top to give me 8, and I have 1 times 1 on the bottom to give me 1, which I know is just going to be 8. So there are 8 3/4 cup servings in 6 cups of rice. And then I have my final answer here. Let's take a look at the second problem. It says, a baker has 5 1/4 pies in her shop. She cut the pies into pieces that are each 1/8 of a whole. How many pieces of pie does she have? All right, so here we're going to start with how many pies she has, which is 5 1/4 pies, and we're going to divide it by 1/8 because that's how much a slice is. And so here I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this 5 1/4 of the pies? Well, I can change this mixed number into a improper fraction. And I can do that by multiplying 5 by my denominator, so 5 times 4 to give me 20, and then I can add that 1 on top. And so this is going to turn into 21 over 4. All right, so one more time, 5 1/4 is the same thing as 21 over 4. It's just going to make it easier for us to multiply. And then we keep that, change the division sign to a multiplication sign, and then finally we're going to flip our fraction here. So 1/8 is going to turn into 8 over 1. And again, just like we saw up above, can we simplify before we multiply? So I realize that 8 and 4 are both divisible by 4, and so I'm going to go ahead and change 8 into 2 and 4 into 1. Now realize 8 isn't directly above 4, but it doesn't have to be, because when we're multiplying, the order doesn't matter. In other words, it doesn't matter if I'm doing 21 times 8 or if I'm doing 8 times 21. I could rewrite it however I'd like. And so here, when I have 21 times 2 now, I'm going to have 42 on top. And then when I do 1 times 1 on the bottom, I'm going to get 1. So 42 over 1 is equivalent to 42. And that would be my final answer. So there's 42 slices of pie in those 5 1/4 pies in her shop. So hopefully this is making sense. Let's go ahead and just start real quick with question 3. The big thing you need to know is you can change this 3 1/2 into, in this case, 3 times 2 to get 6, plus that 1 on top, 7 over 2. And now when you have 7 over 2 divided by 1/4, it makes things a whole lot easier. So changing that mixed fraction into an improper fraction, which I know we're typically used to doing the opposite, right? Changing the improper fractions to mixed. But in this particular case, where we're going to multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, we want to have an improper fraction. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the exit ticket for 3.4. Thank you very much.